First Look, brought to you by the Edinburgh Anime Club. I'm Steve, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Alexander, great to be here.
Always great to be here.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's get through this. Got a good one for you. Kanpai. Today we're going to be doing Under Ninja.
Which is kind of funny, because we just did Undead Unluck a week ago.
Yeah.
And now we're doing Under Ninja, and it's following the Steve of UN.
UN.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny. I think I initiated this one, right?
Yeah, I think we both saw it and you kind of threw it out there, and I was just like, yeah, I saw that. Like, it looks like it's gonna be cool. Like, I'm down with it. Like no hesitation on my part.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna. I'm kind of already giving hints at like what we're gonna talk about, but I thought it was gonna be a little different.
I did think it was gonna be different. From what I had seen, I thought it was gonna be much more like comedic, like kind of wacky, kind of.
I thought it was about a ninja that's going to school,
Okay.
and like he was in school and he's just a ninja. It's like the whole, it's like everyday life as a school kid, but you're a ninja. So I thought it was going to be about.
Like Naruto, but he's in school?
Yeah, exactly. I suppose, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I guess so.
I've never seen Naruto. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to commit to that one. But yeah, if he was in school, that's what I kind of expected it to be like. And it did throw me a couple curveballs, but I did see it on like TikTok and everyone was talking about it. And yeah, we got some information on it.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Really on this one. Under Ninja is Japanese manga written and illustrated by Kengo Hanazawa. Began being written in 2018 and just got animated this October. Yeah, so it just started airing. I think it's like an episode 7 or something like that.
Oh, it's still airing?
Yeah, it's still airing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's animated and produced by Tezuka Productions.
You know anyone from there? I've never heard that one before.
The only anime, like going through it, the only anime that I recognize off of this list is the Quintessential Quintuplets.
Oh, you told me about this, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about it. I haven't seen it.
I think you mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I've heard you say it before. I don't remember what you referred to, but okay.
Yeah. After that, a bunch of Astro Boys on here, which I don't know if that's their thing, but they got like 4 different Astro Boys on here. But yeah, regardless, animated and produced by them. Streaming on Crunchyroll, right?
Yeah, that's what I found. It was Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll, which is weird because I thought it was on Hulu. I could have sworn, like I feel like I'm doing the Mandela effect. I swear it was on Hulu, but either way, it's not. It's on Crunchyroll. But I mean, yeah, so that's where we were watching it off. But it was interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah, I actually like the premise. So where do you usually go for here? Intro, outro music.
Yeah, let's go on that. What do you think about the intro?
Very mid. I was kind of off put by the CGI. It was still present in the actual intro. The music was kind of cool. It was kind of like a weird, like it sounded like it was gonna be like old school metal, and then it was kind of like
rap, right?
funky kind of
like
bass line going on with it.
Oh, I didn't even catch. It sounded like it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. No, there was a funky bass line in there, but yeah, you're right. And the music was just off-putting, but I actually liked it. I liked the intro.
You liked the intro?
I thought it was a really good intro. I thought the way they all the scenes in the background were really cool. I think they did a really good job of the intro. Now, as far as it goes with like the music, it grew on me.
The music, like as far as the actual intro music.
Yeah, like it actually grew on me.
I liked it the better the second time after the second episode. Yeah, I agree with that.
It was pretty good, and but there was a lot of CGI.
Yeah,
we'll get in that when we talk about animation. And what about the outro? I didn't like it. The music.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
But I kind of like the way they filmed it. Like it was like following him as he's walking.
Yeah.
That was about it. They actually used real images too.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
That's been happening lately.
Yeah, where they use like actual scenes from Japan and then just like basically transpose the exact.
Yeah.
Destinations.
They did it on Undead Unluck.
Yeah. And
I swear I saw it on Serious Christmas. Like it could be.
I wouldn't doubt it at all.
Yeah, I mean it could be off, but anyways, that was kind of cool. I thought that was really great, but the music just wasn't good, and it just wasn't really there.
As far as the actual music, I can't even tell you about the music in the actual like episodes. Like, I couldn't even tell you what it was. So very.
It was faint. It was kind of like it was like blended in. It really didn't shine. Yeah. One of the things there's a reason for that. Is normally when the music starts playing, if something cool is happening, which says a big. That's what the big issue I have. So is that normally when something badass is about to happen, the music kicks on, kind of like when Ichigo pops up, they play that. It's like soundtrack.
He's got his own theme music.
Yeah, or whenever like Goku turned Super Saiyan, they had that like you know. So you know, obviously nothing cool's happening. So maybe something cool happens, they'll play some badass music. But we didn't really get that much cool shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's
I mean, we'll get into that too, but just as far as the outro and the music, yeah, there's nothing there that really just shined through as far as like scoring, nothing like that.
Yeah. All right, what did you do now? Characters?
Well, I was gonna talk about the animation.
Animation? Okay, yeah.
So the first, I don't know what the fuck. The first like minute and a half, 2 minutes.
It's got some Minecraft shit going on.
It's so bad. Like, and you caught it immediately too. I didn't catch it. You caught it like on the very first like 2 seconds. You're like, oh shit, CGI.
Yeah, it was like the helicopter blade spinning. You know, I was like, okay, like we're doing this right now, like right off the bat.
Immediately it was CGI, and I was just like, oh man, I really do not like the way because it looked bad. It looked so bad, and then we see these soldiers marching in, and again, they had no real purpose.
Yeah, not really. Like what should have been like a cool scene, and oh goddamn, like the special forces are like basically it was just like seeing the setup. Like there's evidence the ninja was there because like they killed whoever they were looking for. They're just like, oh, be happy we didn't run into the ninja, or we'd all be dead.
Yeah,
like that was their whole purpose.
That was it. That was like they could have done that.
But they didn't even do anything badass themselves. Maybe like Delta Force should have been going in there like blowing holes in doors and being like they didn't do anything. They're just like talking, saying like it was also English too.
Yeah. So it was English, which got really confusing. Like there was a lot of languages that were spoken in this anime, and it was kind of confusing to me.
Yeah.
And I was trying to go along, and they even had like subtitles and subtitles, which was really odd as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was what we got so far. Yeah, we can jump into characters. There's only a couple of them there.
Yeah.
Kuro.
Kuro is the main character, right?
Yeah, he's the main character.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the plot with why it's Kuro. His dad, like his mom left him, and then his dad fucked up his name.
There was some play on Japanese kanji, I think. They was trying to explain it, but
yeah, it was basically like they kind of were in trouble or something. They did something wrong with his name, and it just again, it was kind of like over my head, and it was like a kanji type thing.
Yeah, and then in the same scene, they give a joke about his best friend was named Miracle, and then he got struck by lightning and died.
Which we get kind of another character in that scene whose name is not important. We get kind of which there's I'm going to get in that a little bit about what her role was, but she's just like the drunk neighbor.
Yeah, Kawato. Yeah, and then his other neighbor is Ono.
Yeah, Ono, and they're like they live. Why do they live in like every anime we see? They live in like very small.
It's supposed to be like shitty, rundown. Like it's supposed to play off their characters. Like they're like the main character himself, Kuro, like lives in like a single room, like nothing in it. And then
it's nothing. Like the closet is like has like an opening to get into. Well, he has a bedroom. Like he has a room and he has a bedroom that's in the closet. That he sleeps on the top part.
I think he says he sleeps on the shelf.
Yeah, well, it's a shelf. Yeah. So it's funny because we watch like Devilman Crybaby, not Devilman Crybaby.
Devil's a part-timer.
Devil's a part-timer, and they had a shitty apartment too.
Yeah, they're supposed to be at the slums.
Yeah, which is kind of funny, in my opinion, because I think it's like they're all kind of the same.
Yeah, I actually kind of liked the supporting cast. Like Kawato, I didn't mind, and then Ono was kind of funny in his own way.
Both of them are really good. Yeah. Like I really enjoyed both of them. They added that comedic relief that we're kind of looking for.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to meet any of the other ninjas.
They said their names, but
they served small dialogues. They really didn't have a big part in the first 2 episodes. But I think that's all we have. Well, we have 2 more people that are kind of important. Technically 3, but we have the guy that delivers the package. We don't have a name for him yet. But basically, he's a ninja.
Yeah, he's a ninja.
Which I really like his introduction because he shows up kind of like Postmates.
Yeah.
He walks in there, and the ninja that we're following, the main character, didn't hear him coming. And as a ninja, you're supposed to. So he didn't hear him coming, and he's like, must be a career ninja.
Yeah.
Which introduces that there is like people that are career ninjas, like him, people that are not career, like our main character, which actually serves kind of a point that leads into the plot.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the story real quick.
The story, I think it's kind of interesting. It's basically like they give some kind of like backstory on like World War II ends, and then like MacArthur in the United States and the United States Army like basically force all the ninjas. Like basically the ninjas are like like an actual special forces, like it's like a like they're setting up the chronology for them to like be an actual thing, right? And then they all go into hiding because of the United States intervention, and now there's like a secret network of ninjas operating all throughout the world and in Japan, and there's over like 200,000 of them. So like they're like an actual real thing, and they're all like super deadly and shit like that.
Which brings us the title of this first episode,
Yeah.
which was "Throw a Rock, Hit a Ninja."
Oh,
Which
is that what it was?
that was called.
Okay.
That was the quote that one of the guys says to the other character who's the foreigner.
Yeah.
So we got a couple characters here that are just serving small purposes, but really, yeah. So and it was a funny. I thought it was funny because I was thinking like, what does he mean by that? I have never heard that, by the way.
Yeah.
And is it like, oh, anyone that hits a rock, like they're a ninja, or is the ninja just always ready to catch the rock? So there was some kind of he explains it a little better than I'm doing, but there was that kind of trope. Very weird. That's the first episode.
Yeah.
But we get that, and okay, so this is gonna be. I didn't realize how convoluted it got because it deals with a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah, I didn't like that aspect of it. I didn't like that they kept like showing the dates and then flashing back like 2 months before. I would have rather like first episode focus on like the beforehand, and then second episode just focus on like what's happening now.
Exactly. I would rather that the flashback be the very like the earliest flashback just be the first episode.
Yeah,
they didn't need to do this because it really
it kills the momentum is what it does.
That couldn't have said it better. Yeah, it kills the momentum, and it doesn't. It made it bland.
Yeah, like I was actually like ready, like whenever they're standing on the rooftop and he's like meeting his other three ninjas because he's actually got a real job now, and like they look across the other rooftop and they see the three girl ninjas, and like this is more of what I expected. Like it's funny because they're like I want to say like they're called gyarus, where they got like they're overly tan, like they're wearing makeup, and then they got like the geisha chick like wearing like with the white makeup and shit. Like that's more of what I wanted out of it. Like those moments like that, and you know they're setting it up, and then oh here comes a flashback, and we gotta watch like 10 minutes of just you know what should have been in the first episode is how I was feeling about it, and then you know the flashback ends, and then they're progress the scene for like 30, 45 more seconds, and then another flashback.
Yeah. So it was also the way they did the flashback. It really was like a stretch. It was like, well, who's the strongest one here? And he was like, well, I'm the one that defeated the foreigner. Must be me. Like why? Like why did
should have just done that in the first episode?
Yeah, should have done the first.
Wrapped it all up.
Yeah, and they kept doing things like that throughout the whole thing. Like, well, how did this all start? Like, they took us back to like why I got the job. You know, so there was basically, and the plot was that he's just an uncareered ninja who doesn't have a job, and they're doing like check-ins with all the ninjas because they're trying to escape or run away.
It's something like that. Basically, they're just setting up that he's actually a badass ninja. They don't really know how or why because he's kind of like under the radar.
Yeah. He was never trained by the other ninjas.
And then the guy's like, "Well, he did defeat the foreigner."
Yeah, so he's like unlisted as like they don't even know his backstory really, which was kind of cool because it kind of sets him up as the main character. And I was thinking like, what if he's not a ninja? What if he's just all coincidental? You know, but I highly doubt that because he's pretty sneaky and he does a lot of like ninja shit. So, but the story actually kind of reminded me of John Wick a little bit. Like the secret organization of ninjas that are just operating with like people not knowing, and it's like anyone could be a ninja, which we get kind of a funny scene where like this like drunken like homeless man.
He's like cross-eyed and look straight.
He's like walking around like with a breastfeeding bottle, like offering children milk, which is super odd. I was just really like thrown off by that.
It was pretty ridiculous when you figure out that he's sucking his own like nipples with it, like for the breast milk.
There's nothing in there.
I was like, that's a weird twist. Like,
I thought it was kind of funny.
It has its moments that are funny, but like,
it's a stretch. I was like, well, we didn't need that. He can just be a homeless guy, like harassing the kids at a place.
But they do show him as like a badass ninja, so like. You know.
It's funny because he's a badass ninja, and he's apparently like actually.
He's like one of the best because he's like running up walls, like backflipping off of them, and like he's got like a secret like camouflage suit.
Well, he's also like they even quote him as being one like he had ranks.
He's like first class.
He was a first class, and he ended up stepping down for whatever to go breastfeed himself and offer to children. One of the things I did like though is they did this thing when they followed through with plans. So the very first like assignment he gets is to infiltrate a school, and immediately he calls the school and he hangs up and he's like, "I need someone to call," and he goes, I'll just get like, I'll pretend to be a man, and I'll pretend to do a different voice or whatever. He's like, well, most men are at work, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's, the only female in the place is this, my neighbor. Then he goes in and gets, so it offered more support to, like, because it would be just weird if he just went to school and signed up. So that was really cool. I really like that aspect.
Yeah, it is setting itself up nicely, and that's when we get to see Kawato, the drunk neighbor. Which, like I said, I liked her. And even then, the scene like where like the cool shit's happening is just like she asks for toilet paper, and he like ninjas up like the side of the bathroom to go get it or something like.
Yeah, which was pretty funny. I actually wrote a note here. It's like, if you want to play a drinking game, drink every time somebody says ninja. Especially when the foreigner comes in, because he says it throughout the entire episode.
That one's that one would definitely get you.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd be able to finish the first episodes.
Yeah. Oh, especially so the second episode is called "I Want to Be a Ninja," which is based off this foreigner. That foreigner comes in and he just is like, he wants to be a ninja. Kind of like, it's like he's Western. He's Western.
Yeah, he's a foreigner.
Yeah, he's a foreigner, and he's just like this Anglo-Saxon, like Protestant white male.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he's like wearing like an umbrella that's like a sword. And it's funny because he wants to be a ninja so bad, but they're saying like, most ninjas don't look like ninjas. And he's out there with the face mask on and the hood up and just a ninja. And I really enjoyed, like his character. I actually really like when they bring in like the Western, like they bring in like foreigners to like Japan, and we get to see that. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like carrying like, well, actually, I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if he was carrying guns, and he actually was.
Yeah, he had like a little single shot.
Yeah, he had like a little pistol on him, which is really funny because he couldn't defeat a ninja, so he ended up shooting him with like this like little pistol, which is kind of funny because it was like his only way out. And I thought that was really kind of funny because I feel like every time we watch an anime that has anything to do with guns, it's always like Americanized.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So it's because in Japan they don't, like, gun laws are super different.
Yeah.
What did you think about like the level of perversion? There's a small level of perversion with the neighbors.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was pretty funny too.
Yeah, I liked basically one of the neighbors, the only girl that they know, Kawato, like has her underwear lying around, and then it happens that his other neighbor, which is like an elderly businessman who just basically gets drunk after work every day, Ono. Yeah. He like they give a convoluted story about how some kid was using a drone to steal her like bra, and then he fucking like pulled it out, and then he like got scared because he thinks the little kid's a ghost, and then he goes into this whole spiel, but then like he's like wearing it as he's like giving the story, and the main character's like, "Oh, that's fine and all, but that doesn't explain why you're wearing it." And then later, the main character's like, "I was curious, so I went and stole it, and I'm wearing it." He's like sitting in his room, like thinking about it, wearing the bra.
And then the main career ninja walks in. He's a word or something. It was pretty funny. That scene to me is really funny, but it really makes it funny is because it actually goes extensive into like this guy who's he says that the reason he's wearing it is because he ended up throwing up in it.
Oh yeah.
And he went and washed it, but he couldn't give her back a freshly washed bra.
So
he's wearing it. They really stretch it. And again, it was really funny because I'm laughing when I think about it. But like that was like 1/3 of the episode, the explanation.
Yeah.
But I thought that was like really funny. But any other favorite scenes that you like from this?
I wish we could have seen more action scenes. The biggest one we got was probably the weird dude with the breath smoke fighting the foreign assassin.
Yeah.
And even then, that was maybe 2 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, we get no action. Because even that scene it wouldn't even be considered. Like, it was action, but it was like it was more like he was just being elusive.
Yeah. Everything else in between is very like real short, and then with the flashbacks back and forth, like there's no real prolonged scene. Like I guess the next best scene would be when he's like facing off with the girl with the makeup. Yeah. Like that scene was about to be cool. Like
Yeah, it was. I
was looking forward to it.
I was waiting because I like the knife she has.
Yeah.
It's one of those daggers that like you can't stop the bleeding.
Yeah. So exactly. I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah. because the way the swivels are. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can't stop.
Also, it showed a little bit of like his like backup ninjas that were on the building too, because like he's like shining like a red light out of his teddy bear. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting. I liked that I wanted more, and then flashback time.
Yeah. So there was. I think that's all the. I mean, we covered all the scenes that were like kind of prolific. I mean, we covered most of it. But I'll be honest, like it didn't make me want to watch. It did not make me want to continue. So let's get into this. Watch it or drop it. I think everyone knows where I'm leaning toward.
So go ahead, you go first.
I'm gonna say drop it. To me, the animation was not great. The intro and outro were the intro music was good. The intro I liked it. The CGI was a little off-putting for me, like because it didn't blend well. The flashbacks were just awful. It ruined a lot of the badass scenes. It was like it left me with blue balls. Uh, Main character is likable. The story looks like it's going to progress pretty well. I can tell it's going to get good, but I'm not willing to sacrifice 24 episodes on it. Not sure how long it's going to go. I'm just speculating, but I don't want to waste I feel like they're going to keep doing that for every episode. They're going to keep on like, oh, it's going to get really good. And can you just imagine this being left on like episode whatever it ends, and it's just like ultimate blue balls? Like, what if
It's still doing flashbacks.
what if the final episode was that fight that they're about to have, like the fight they have with those what they call them,
The Gyadu, I think, is like
Yeah.
what they're called. I could be wrong on this. Where they're like overly tanned.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like that. What if that's the final fight, like of the season finale? They just keep prolonging it. Yeah, I couldn't handle it. So I'm gonna say I definitely don't recommend watching this. In my opinion, I think you should drop it. Now, a lot of people might disagree with me. They might have watched 3, 4 episodes in and got better, but to me personally, it's a drop for me.
Yeah, we're basing this off of the first 2 episodes. So.
Which is, again, we do this strategically for the intro, outros, and all the good stuff. But really, to me, it's like, why waste, hours of time? So, what is it called?
Gyado. Gyaru. Gyado.
So that's the final fight. That would be awful.
So I was correct on that. On what they are, which is pretty funny. I like that.
Look at the picture. Maybe you can put an image up for people to see that image right there.
Yeah.
What about you?
So I'll preface this by saying I found the premise of the story really interesting. I like this idea of the ninjas, and I'm curious about the secret organization. And it's like they're not really like the crime syndicate, although they kind of set themselves up to be because they're opposed to the government. Like these guiders are like sent by the Ministry of Health or something like that. I wanted more payoff. I wanted them to actually fight and like see some cool stuff. The animation wasn't that great. The CGI is bad. I didn't think it was funny. I wanted it to be funnier. Like the moments that hit, like we were laughing about it.
Yeah.
I wanted more of that. I was expecting this type of style of it. More like sensical stuff. It was just it was taking too long. It almost felt like a slow burn.
Yeah,
as we were watching it. I want to watch it. I'm interested, but after these first 2 episodes, it's a drop.
I can't remember the last time you said that.
I want to watch anime. I like watching anime. I think I've only said like maybe 3, 4 drops of all the episodes we've done. And like vending machine, obviously.
Yeah, that was a drop. But I think that's it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think you've had other drops.
Okay.
So that's something like.
Yeah.
Like normally I'm dropping them just because like we watch a lot of anime all the time, so it's really hard to like keep track, like actually finish full anime. But for the show, we watch full seasons of anime. So when we have an anime that, because I'm watching some of the ones I've said. Mm-hmm. I know you are too.
Yes.
So we're still watching anime that are not going to be premiered on the show. Mm-hmm. But but the ones that we said we're watching, I mean, most of the time we are watching some of them. Mm-hmm. Or we have it planned to watch it. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch this one. I don't.
Yeah.
Let us know. I mean,
I want to, but this is
Yeah. Well, what other you got ratings or anything like that?
Yeah.
So what are the people saying about it?
It's actually got a 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which I imagine this is probably fans of the series. I mean, it's kind of anime. It's got a fan following, for the manga to be,
Every anime has like you got to think who's watching it. The population of people that adore it.
Yeah.
So it's not just like it's not just some random people like us. Majority of the time, it's people that are actually following like the manga. Right, the manga.
Yeah, it's a manga. I will say though, looking at the IMDb page, episode 1 and 2 are the lowest rated episodes. After that, all the other ones are rated higher: 7.5, 7.7, 7.3, 7.8. So,
Jeez, what was the first two episodes rated?
7.1 and 7.1.
Which makes sense, dude. I mean, again, left us with blue balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we both said drop. You got anything else?
No, it's a drop.
Yeah, it's a drop. So I mean, I feel like we've shitted on other anime like Vending Machine pretty hard. We're not really shitting on this one.
Yeah, no.
Because there's potential.
Yeah, I agree. Potential.
There's potential in this one.
I feel like the production / writing or direction of the episodes is what was holding it back. They should have definitely thrown in all the flashbacks in episode 1, ended with him standing on the top of the building in the high school with the 4 of the ninja people, and then set up the final fight or the fight between this other health ministry organization.
I seriously think he should have. Episode 1, he got the assignment. Same episode 1, takes out the foreigner. Because he reasoned, I believe he got issued to take out the foreigner.
Yeah, he's given the job.
Because he has 3 days before the exam.
He has to infiltrate the school, and then he's in between that he has to take out the foreigner.
Yeah, so like he has time to kill, but so the thing is like, why not just do it sequentially?
Yeah.
Why there's no need for flashbacks, and I don't like that they did it flashbacks or after flashbacks.
Yeah.
All right, well that's all I have. I know Charles is ready to call it you. Yeah. All right, Charles. All right, guys, catch you guys later. All right, bye.
Later.
Phone's out.